Who's single here?
Define single.
What's the word? Entanglement.
Alone.
No, but you have to define single.
Who's alone? Who's not with? Who's not? Oh shit.
Who's not sharing themselves with anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, me.
You can still be single and share.
I said single first. You told me to go somewhere else.
Oh, you said single first, so I put my hand up single.
I'm single.
I put my hand up. I think all
I'm
of
single.
No. I kind of know, but she's playing games.
Oh,
So,
like,
so
I just,
okay, right.
You started getting deep. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
What I want to get to is ultimately what the problem is, right? Why? Why are you single?
Why are you looking at me?
No, because don't make this personal.
I know, but that was just the way
Why
you did it.
are you guys single? Why? Because obviously you lot are, you know, women, good women, nice women, right? But why are you single? Why are you single?
Because it's a journey. Just because we are now doesn't mean we will be in the near future. If we were in something previous to now, it wasn't meant for us, or we decided to step away. Hence, we're here now.
It
Single.
was meant for you.
There you go. See?
But either way, we weren't meant to stay
Is that
here.
the same answer for
That's what I'm saying.
Can I ask another question? Like, do you trust what's out there at the moment?
No.
No.
But is this
Well, I'm
on the
not
assumption
no,
that we should be in a
No,
relationship? Is that where that's coming
It's
from?
just a question.
Because the why is the thing for me. Like, what do you mean why?
Why does it have to be negative?
No, I'm not saying it's negative. Did I say it was negative?
No,
Did I
but
say it was
how
negative?
you was coming at it
No,
was
no,
like
I
it was a
said,
problem.
what is the
It
why?
was just a question.
What is the why though?
The why is
What is the why?
twofold. It's
Demon time.
the why could be
But I already explained myself by saying this is where we're at now.
Go ahead.
I would say
No, not at all. But it's not negative. I just want to know what the why is.
What has made you want to be single? Like there's a lot of men out
Oh,
there,
no.
good men, bad men. Like why?
You think there's a choice?
That's what I'm saying.
Lee,
Do
what do
we
you mean?
want to be?
No, I'm just saying
Why
what
do
we're
you wanna
looking
be
for
single?
is blueprints.
Yeah, that's what you said. Why do you want
Right.
Alright, so
So
hold
we're
on.
looking
We
for
haven't created no
Bro!
Yeah.
It was just a why, you know.
We're looking for
Okay.
blueprints. That's what we're asking.
Go, girl.
I say the reason why I'm probably single at this point is because I'll say if it was 5, 6, 7 years ago, I'd say that I need to be in a relationship to feel that I need to be because of what society is telling me I need to do. Because I have to be in a relationship, I have to have kids, I have to do this, I have to do that. Then I was in a relationship that was not great, and I was staying in the relationship longer than it should have been because I was like, oh, you know what, I need to prove people wrong that, you know, relationships don't just break down for silliness, you don't just run out for the first kind of thing, you kind of stick it out. But stick it out for what? To be unhappy. And I think this space of where I am, I'm not saying I'm never going to open up to a relationship, but the way I look at it, someone who's going to be within me or be in a relationship with me has to be dope. The way I'm at right now, I'm very happy in myself. Like, I actually like myself. And I think sometimes, even though people might put on social media, put on Instagram that they're happy, they're living their best life, mentally they might not be feeling that way. And it's all for show. Where I can actually say I get up in the morning and I genuinely like who I am as a person.
Amazing.
Because that is how you being on a journey. And the thing is, if you're gonna be in a relationship, the way I look at it now, being in my mid-30s, you've got to look at it as like that person's gonna add to your happiness. They're not going to suck out the happiness because you've got a lot of people out there that are single, but they're very self-centered. And that's one of the reasons why they're single. And you'll see someone that is quite bubbly, who's quite happy. Don't ever let stress really get to the better of the things that they cannot have control over. And then you have another...
I'm letting her finish, bro. Come in.
And you have another person that don't have that, but they want to be in your presence and in your light to try and dim your light because they haven't found what makes them right. So they want to dim your light, and there's a lot of people that are like that, and only because they're not happy in themselves.
I think it's an unconscious thing as well. I don't think people actually have those intentions of going around dimming people's lights, but I feel like, you know, like if you're not happy within yourself, then it is easy for you to say, well, I don't like that hat anyway, that hat's shit, or to put people down all the time.
Do you know what? I actually, like, one person I was seeing 3 years ago, really did like him, was like, he literally blatantly had said, yeah, I wasn't confident, and I see that you were confident, so I wanted to be around. He blatantly admitted that to me. And
Big thing, though.
and he also admitted that he was still in love with his ex. Some people are so using me as not only as a what would you call that again? It's
inspiration.
It's not a rebound. It is a
rebound,
rebound,
but also like
forward bound.
but stepping stone.
Kind of thing. So
and
then,
was it to get back at the?
God knows what it was, but it was just like for
Yeah,
them.
but for him, it might have just been
For
trying
them,
to
it was like, oh, I see you like being this papa. But again, when we were together or dating, there was something that didn't add up. I felt like we got on, we did really nice dates and whatever, but there was no click. You know what I mean? There was no chemistry, like.
But because of that, you see that question why? There's a lot of people I see in relationships that I could be like, why are you in a relationship?
But it's always the why though, isn't it? It's always the why.
But where does that why come from? This is what I'm trying
Where
to
does
say.
it come from?
So it's
And where does
coming
it
from
go?
my perception, innit?
Yeah.
When I'm asking why, it's coming from either that should be, or is it necessary, or why you not? Because I think that's where the why is coming from.
Yeah.
What would be your why to, for instance, like to proceed with someone? What would be that why? What kind of traits would you be?
What kind of
things would make you say this is a yes, this why is a yes? The way you think is quite healthy. So I'm just interested for blueprints is what we're looking for, because there's lots of people out here who they don't even ask the question why to themselves. So for us, we need blueprints that we can help them to be like, okay, let me explore myself on that why.
So if I ask myself,
if you
why
ask yourself like,
are you single?
Not even in a why. Just if the why was we need to proceed, like why should I proceed with this?
Yes.
What would make you ask that question?
What
that
would
makes
make me proceed with a relationship?
Yeah, and this can go for anyone as well. Like, what would make you? Why would you proceed with someone going forwards? Like, if you met someone, what would be that?
Major thing. It would have to add positively to my life, and for me personally, I need to have that trust there, and that's a me thing. Being willing to trust. Do you know what I mean? Someone. My
trust you or trust them?
I would have to have trust within whatever's going to happen, whatever. I'm just willing to, do you know what I mean, move forward. That's it. I think it's mostly a me thing. To be willing, it can go anyway. I can't control that, but it's a me thing to be ready to just be like, you know what, let's.
You have that like intuition where you're like,
let me try this.
I think everyone yearns for that like partnership and that companionship really deep down. I think people really, really would prefer that instead of being single.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it depends
But
on
it's
your
priority.
experience as well. Like for me, I'm quite happy being single. I think being single is great. It's amazing. It's just a happy place.
If you could meet that person that can match that or add to it, would you say no?
I think where I'm at right now, I don't think. It's not that I don't think. Yeah, it's not that I don't think there's anyone. I'm just not interested. I just feel
Fair
like
enough. So
I
it's
don't have
either
the
here or
time.
there.
Yeah, I don't have the time. I think it's nice to meet people and go on dates and stuff, but in terms of like a relationship, my life's really, really busy, and I just there's no space. You know, and I feel like you have to be in a place of complete and utter comfort in all areas of your life before you can actually welcome someone into your space.
I'm not sure I agree with that part of what you're saying.
What being comfortable with
In
yourself.
every area of your life.
For example,
to a certain point, yes.
Alright, for example, you're having financial difficulties.
Yeah.
And then you meet this guy and he wants to go out or whatever. You're not really going to want to go out because you can't really afford it. So, once you're... but I'm just saying as an example, you want to feel like you've got your shit together before you're out there sharing yourself with someone. So, I just feel like...
I feel like sometimes
it's such a paradox.
Sometimes that thought could stop you from gaining what you need.
Definitely, I agree. It's about taking that leap of faith, isn't it? And if you're ready.
It's a real paradox, because it's like, there are times where you need to probably be alone and develop and grow within self, but then there's also times when you probably would need someone else to help you. Show you.
So you protecting yourself is stopping yourself.
You can. Thought about like, within your relationships, do you have personal freedom to like explore yourself and then come together and speak about that? Like, we're exploring ourselves here, but when we're coming together, it's like we're learning And I think that
it takes two. Life is partnership. We get here through partnership.
Of course.
Through man and woman coming together, life.
Yeah.
That is life. So I do think that, people need to unpack, to repack, go back to the drawing board and figure some stuff out. But I don't ever think that there's a right time, because within experiences comes challenges, and these challenges add to, depending on who you are, right? I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
You said if the guy is dope.
He must be dope.
Is your dope right? Is your dope unrealistic?
No, because my dope is that you're at peace, because I'm at peace right now.
I love that.
And that's your dope.
That's my dopeness. So the dopeness is that you're at peace. You're at peace at who you are as a person. We're not in competition if you're earning that amount, I'm earning that amount. We're not in competition that you're doing this in life and I'm doing that. We're not in competition that I drive this car, you drive. We're not in no competition, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be competing with my man.
Well, what you're
or
saying
my
is
man
so
competing
real.
with me and feeling envious of me. We're building together. Like you said,
right.
man and woman
and
come
if we are,
together and you build an empire.
and sorry to interject, but if we are building together, if you are at peace and you meet a man who's on his journey to peace, he's not there yet, he's not really at peace yet. Could it not be a thing where you come together and build together for
you come
iron
together
sharpens iron?
with good intentions. So if your intentions is that you are on that journey of where you are done with the madness and stuff that has kind of interrupted you to get to that point, and you're at that keeper, because you can see, I don't know if you guys, but you can see when you're about to change. You can feel when you're about to do something different, because you notice that the people that you had around you, they separately go over
I think
what
Roach is
the reason
saying.
I say what I say is because a lot of people are looking for the finished article all the time.
That's
They're
what.
looking for that finish, that guy is just
I
that
love the
perfect person.
journey.
He's at peace
I wanna
now,
see
he's
you.
rich now. And it's
But what she's asking for, right? And this is what's scary, horrifying actually. What she's asking for is so simple, and it's not there. Peace,
Because it's hard in this society.
just like
Because they're chasing happiness, which happiness is not peace.
And
Peace is
happiness could be, that person that's driving the massive car, or have this much money, or have all these. That's not peace. Because
and that's where everyone else is. Everyone else is trying to go outside of themselves to get.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily you're probably looking for security, and with that security, to you, you may think that may bring peace.
Yes.
But peace is knowing that it's gonna be what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna be good.
Yeah, that's what I was
no
saying
matter
about
what.
having your stuff together before you get, do you know what I mean? I might use a different example,
Yeah,
but it's the same, you can't be
yeah.
out here looking for that in someone else, you need to have
I just feel like iron sharpens iron and the right hand washes the left. We can't do it necessarily on our own.
Yeah.
So I feel like you might need to meet someone at a different point
I feel like in
to.
life, when your intentions are, when you set your intentions, the right people come into your life, the right people come into your space. And I feel like when you get to that point, you don't have to question it. It just happens. Do you know what I mean? And it's just something that just clicks.
But like you said about financial, anybody could lose their job at any minute. COVID teaches that, right?
Who knows?
So at the end of the day, like you said, with working together as a couple, no one's ever gonna be a complete finished article, a complete finished product, because everyone's always gonna have a lesson that they're gonna be learning. I don't have any kids yet, but if I have kids in the future, that's gonna be another chapter in my life. Parent, you know what I mean? So everything's going to be different. But if you're with someone that is at peace, where you think, you know what, they've got good solutions, they don't stress over certain things, because if you work as a team, there might be certain areas that you are strong in a relationship and your partner's strong. So if you combine together and you're able to support each other, that's what's at peace. You don't want someone that if you panic and you've got someone that panics, oh my gosh, that's
I feel
not
like
gonna
the
work.
individuals in a relationship, no one in a relationship should think they've got nothing to give.
So I think in my head, I look for the yin to my yang kind of thing, which sounds cliche, but when I say it's about balance, So for me, what I don't have, especially if I know I lack it, it would be nice that I have a man who has that. For what he doesn't have, I'd like to know, okay, because either way we're going to support. So I don't go into things, I feel like it's 50-50 in terms of balance, but it's not 50-50. Like you said, you can lose your job. One might be more financially stable, but do you know what? If you're more financially stable, teach me. Yeah? Teach me how you got there. I still might not fully pick it up, but because if anything happens and we do part, I've learned now, oh, okay, this is how I can do this to carry on building my little foundation. If I know about certain things when it comes to maybe nurturing or doing certain things, not because you're a man doesn't mean you shouldn't know that. It's each one teach one. I learn, you learn. Like, we should be learning the entire way.
You said a good point when you said about communication, but this is my teacher's hat on now. Like, when you're in a classroom with students, they've all got different learning needs, yeah? So you've got learning styles. So you've got teenagers that grow up into adults. So when you're in a relationship, do you know if your partner has a learning need? Would you know if your partner is dyslexic? Would you know if your partner
for me,
do you know what I'm saying?
For me, that's why I say the whole process of me learning you.
Yeah.
And I am a strong believer in that when people start dating and start getting into relationships, what we tend to do is focus so much on learning the person, we unlearn ourselves. Yeah? We lose ourselves in trying to understand who that person is. You start catering to certain things, oh, they like this, and it may not be just doing everything and getting, but you're so focused on, oh, I want to get to know you, I want to get to know you, I want to get to know you, but do you still know yourself in that process? And in that process, you're probably changing.
Yeah.
But you haven't paid attention until after, or your friends might, oh, you know what, you're different. You're thinking, yeah, because I'm in a relationship, I'm happy, but you don't even really know exactly what those changes are sometimes, other than, oh, you look happier, you're dressing different, the superficial things. But how much of yourself are you paying attention? You need to be learning yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
Not everything's going to be at the same rate, but coincide with the learning. And if you're both doing that, then I shouldn't be able to go like, I don't know, everyone's different, and some people aren't happy to open up, yeah, so it might take a while, but I shouldn't be into something where like a year later I'm with someone saying, yeah, that's my man, he's like, yes, and I don't know that you have a learning difficulty. Like, because the kind of conversations we should be able to have, that should have come to the table. Even if it's not spoken about.
If you're not at peace with yourself.
Exactly. But then, and then it could be ways of, if that person isn't completely at peace but they're on their journey, I should be able to make you feel comfortable enough to help you become
self-awareness needs to be involved when it's being
100. But then your journey, and not to take anything from that, but that's also where your background comes into play. And when I say your background, it could be anything from childhood all the way through to where you are in that very moment, If you are in a person that's been trying to seek that, but and I say it aloud, but the blockage is like the peace or understanding of yourself or knowing. No, but listen to what I'm saying. Most people do. That's the thing. You don't find it. It comes to you, but most people seek it, like they seek happiness.